So we've still got the core group that was with us. Most everybody's still here. A couple of folks needed to change and go find other things to do, but we're still friends with everybody, so that worked out well. Most of our core group is still here. In fact, most of the people, the core that we started with all the way back at the beginning is still here. So
Yeah.
So that says something. That's a blessing, but it also speaks to maybe we got a few things right on how we treat people and how we handle our team and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that culture, when you look back at it, you look at the ups and the downs and the kind of the binding thing was that culture, and people were like, yeah, okay, yeah, it's a little rough now, but I kind of like it here, and I'll see this out. And I think that's, without that culture, I don't know if we survived COVID.
Right. No, there's a lot about the
I don't
way.
think we would have survived even without COVID.
Mm-hmm. Right.
2018.
I mean, we talked today about, according to the SBA, it's 66 or 67% of firms fail, don't make it 10 years, and it's an astounding number.
Yeah.
So if you start doing the homework, well, the 30 whatever percent that make it, what are they doing differently? Well, I know when you and I talked about this thing that's now called Crux, we were both very adamant about culture and creating. I think we said something funny like we wanted to create a home for abused consultants.
Bring us your tired and your
Yeah. Well, it's kind of funny now, but at the time it really wasn't funny because there was this sort of sweatshop mentality in our industry that's not quite, I don't think it's quite as true today as it was 10 years ago. But 10 years ago, I mean, if you weren't billing 40, 50, 60 hours a week, you weren't going to stay employed. And man, to bill 50 hours a week, you were working 80.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that whole culture of we're going to use up our consultants until they just get mad and can't take it anymore and leave, that's a terrible way to run a business.
Well, the way we work, the ability to be completely hybrid is based on having trust in your employees that they're doing whatever they're going to do to get the job done from wherever and in whatever time frame is most appropriate. And I think there's a lot of that level of trust that ultimately you'll get back. And I think you got that back when things got hard in COVID. You had already showed look, we trust everybody. We're going to trust you to do your job. Well, they also trusted that you were going to take care of them, that you were going to do whatever sacrifices needed to be made to make sure that they were still there and that the company was still present. So I think you get a lot of that back, and that I think people kind of view the hybrid work environment as an opportunity for things to go awry. And in reality, it's a real important form of employee trust, that if you really don't have to monitor your employees visually or be able to walk up to them all the time, and you've worked through that, most folks recognize that that's not just, you're not just entitled to it. It's really a pretty nice perk and a decent privilege, and it really is an extension of the company's trust.
Sure.
Well,
Let's go forth and be adults.
Exactly.
It's work for us. I think the things I'll give us props for is when we sat down at the beginning and had the kind of core values discussion, right? It's like, yeah, okay, you're supposed to have core values because it says right here on the check sheet you're supposed to have core values.
You got to have something to put on the coffee
Yeah,
cup,
but some mission, vision, values, all that stuff. But we really took that seriously, the three of us at the time. This was pre-Briggs.
Yeah.
And we really did a good job of asking ourselves, who are we essentially? So all that table stake stuff, our values don't say honesty and integrity and all that. If you're not that stuff, I don't want to know you. You don't
People
want
will
to know us.
figure it out pretty
Who
quick.
are we and what makes us us? And I think when we got that right and then we applied those values to personnel decisions, who do we wish to invite onto our team? And frankly, in the early days, we had a couple of value misalignments with people that we inherited when we started out that we had to make some adjustments for. And no, it's not a question of bad people, it's a question of bad fits. But we have a framework to go by, and it's really served us well, I gotta tell you. I'm tickled with, so if you fast forward today, 10 years later, look at the people we have, we kept the same template in place. We hire to the values. We
Yes.
get the right kind of people that we want to have on our bus.
And we've continued to measure it against those values with pretty much every decision we make when it comes to our personnel. I mean, it's right there, folks. There's 3 of them. That's it.
And our values it's an ongoing conversation, right? It's not a destination. It's exactly what we say they are. They're guiding principles. They guide us in our hiring and firing, and they guide us in our business decision making.
Right.
I mean, we've passed on things because it didn't align with our values.
Yeah.
That probably would have been fantastically profitable. I don't know. But we weren't going to go down that road because it didn't line up with
Right.
those values, and we've opted not to hire people based on, hey, that person has a fantastic reputation and they
Right.
probably could bring us new clients, but they weren't crux.
They weren't the right
They,
fit.
didn't, they didn't honor the same things we did. So there's someone else's fantastic employee, but they couldn't have been ours. So I
Agreed.
think we got that right, and we've stayed to it. So if you look at today, the team we have, I mean, this is fantastic. The group of folks we have on our program today, on our team today, fantastic. Up and down the line.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, and it has served us when we look. We all know that in today's market, finding experienced professionals and all that has its own sense of challenges. But investing in that future, the next leaders, they're not on the couch. You know, they're out there. And
Yeah, but that leadership clay may be out there. So we started as a kind of a close. Today, if you fast forward the tape, we've got 20-somethings and 30-somethings and 40-somethings and 50-somethings and a couple of token old people, and it's quite something to see. I mean, we've had to deal with our own set of generational, hey, how does a boomer talk to whatever a 20-something is, an alpha or whatever that is?
yeah,
But it's been a lot of fun. I think just learning how people can relate to people.
Well, I think it's really neat too, because I think the future of our company already works here.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to think so.
I don't.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't think we're going to go recruit for our next CEO to be some, private equity guy that gets forced on us. So, no, we want to grow our own, and some of those leaders are already emerging. And as you're stepping into the next phase of your life, it's giving us the opportunity to,
Right.
promote some other folks within our organization and to kind of see everybody rise to the occasion as we're
Yep.
shuffling responsibilities around. Our leadership team is staying stable, but it's creating more opportunities for the folks who are younger in their careers.
It is interesting. All through the 10 years, have we created space for younger people to expand and grow?
Yeah.
How they've done it. They just stepped up and gone and done it. And it's fantastic. I love that kind of stuff. So,
Yeah.
And I did notice when you made the comment about the token old people that you were kind of speaking about that side of the couch.
Yeah,
I don't know if
yeah,
you saw that, but
I know.
I certainly picked up on it.
you whippersnappers.
What?
No, it's fantastic. So,